scoffs at BJP's Yatra. New collision between two old enemies. Nataka in Karnataka abhi baki hai. Top focus on 5 Live.
The BJP hasn't named its chief ministerial candidate. The Congress doesn't have a chief ministerial candidate because its members are still fighting in public. But now you have the two big veterans, Siddaramaiah and Yediyurappa, fighting in the most fearsome manner. Both these old Karnataka war horses are on the front foot. And it's making a lot of people wonder whether this is the beginning of the big fight for Karnataka. I'm Shiv Aroor. This is 5 Live. These are the headlines. Aam Aadmi Party's Gujarat chief detained in Delhi in front of the Women's Panel office. Kejriwal calls Gopal Italia's detention an insult to Gujarat's Patel community. It's game on in state of war Gujarat. Two-judge bench delivers split verdict in hijab case. Justice Gupta bats for ban. Justice Dhulia bats for freedom of choice. Case referred now to 3-judge bench. Karnataka government says hijab ban in institutions will continue for now. Rana Ayub charge sheeted by the Enforcement Directorate. She's been accused of money laundering. The Enforcement Directorate charge sheet says this journalist submitted fake bills, received foreign funds without FCRA nod, and gained personally. Kerala's holy city, Padanamthitta's occult shame. After cannibalism horror, now a case of black magic on children emerges. Locals stage massive protest. Saurav Ganguly makes his exit, as we told you, from the BCCI officially. Says he's ready to move on to bigger things. With Gujarat elections only a couple of months away, temperatures have reached fever pitch. The latest flashpoint now is this escalation in the Aam Aadmi Party versus BJP war in poll-bound Gujarat. The Aam Aadmi Party's state chief has been detained in Delhi. Gopal Italia was arrested by the Delhi police from outside the National Commission for Women's office in the capital, where the panel chief Rekha Sharma alleged that Italia had stormed into her office with his supporters, which made her feel threatened. The Aam Aadmi Party has called the detention political vendetta, and Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, also Italia's party boss, has asserted that his detention has angered the entire Patidar or Patel community to which Italia belongs. Remember, Italia had been summoned in connection with a video where he used derogatory language for Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Two old videos of Gopal Italia had surfaced in recent days, one in which he criticized the Prime Minister's niche politics and uses a Hindi cuss word for his government, and another in which he tells women that temples are breeding grounds of exploitation. He has now been detained by the Delhi police.
जो लोग गोपाल इटालिया को डिटेन कर रहे हैं उनके पास सिर्फ इतनी राजनीति है, उनको स्कूल ठीक करने नहीं आते, उनको बच्चों को पढ़ाना नहीं आता। 27 साल हो गए उनको सरकारें चलाते हुए, उनसे एक स्कूल शानदार नहीं बना। गोपाल इटालिया को इसीलिए अरेस्ट कर रहे हैं क्योंकि उनकी गोपाल इटालिया ऐसी पार्टी से आता है जिसको स्कूल बनाने आते हैं, बाकी कुछ नहीं है, बाकी ड्रामा है।
तो एक सबसे बड़ा आंदोलन जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के खिलाफ गुजरात में हुआ, वो पटेलों का, पाटीदारों का आंदोलन था। भारतीय जनता पार्टी पाटीदार समाज से नफरत करती है, उनसे घृणा करती है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी का आम आदमी पार्टी से जो डर है वो साफ देखा जा सकता है, और गुजरात के लोगों के मन में इसके लिए काफी गुस्सा है।
There are several videos of Gopal Italia, the chief of the Aam Aadmi Party in Gujarat, in which he is seen denigrating women, making sexist, misogynist comment, referring to them as C. He has also gone on to say that women who go for katha and to temples offer themselves for exploitations because those are dens of exploitation. In such a scenario, NCW summoned the Gujarat Aam Aadmi Party chief. He went there with his supporters, created ruckus, so much so that the NCW chairperson had to tweet asking the police to step in. Otherwise, people would have been harassed and assaulted in the NCW premise. The police did what was appropriate.
इन्होंने डिनाई किया कि उस वीडियो में मैं हूं ही नहीं, लेकिन जब ये जवाब दे रहे हैं तो उसमें इन्होंने माना है कि इन्होंने वो ट्वीट किया था, जबकि पहले ये कह रहे थे कि वो जो ट्वीट में जो वीडियो है वो मैं नहीं हूं। तो ये दोनों चीजें ही आपस में, जो भी इनका स्टेटमेंट है और जो रिटन स्टेटमेंट है, दोनों मैच नहीं करते। अभी तक इन्होंने प्रॉपर जवाब नहीं दिया। मैंने पुलिस को भी बोला है कि इनके अगेंस्ट एक्शन लिया जाए, क्योंकि ये एक लॉ एंड ऑर्डर को खराब करने की सिचुएशन क्रिएट कर रहे थे। इनके सपोर्टर्स ने जबरदस्ती अंदर आने की कोशिश की और मुझे लगता है, इनफैक्ट मेरी 2 बजे एक मीटिंग थी बहुत जरूरी, जो अब डिले हो गई है सेंट्रल दिल्ली में, और क्योंकि मैं बाहर नहीं निकल सकती थी, मुझे अपनी लाइफ पे भी थ्रेटनिंग लग रहा था। यहाँ 100-150 लोग अगर पहुंच के मुझे थ्रेटन करेंगे तो ये किस प्रकार के नेता हैं, ये कैसी इनकी वर्किंग है।
Listen to some of the old comments that have been resurfaced by the BJP of Italia's that have now gotten him into this political trouble.
इस्तेमाल हो रहा है। आप नीच किस्म के आदमी, मुख्य बड़ा प्रधान नरेंद्र मोदी, मैं इस बात की पुष्टि नहीं करता हूँ, लेकिन आज यहाँ पे चुनाव चल रहा है। मुझे आप सब लोगों से जानना है कि क्या भूतकाल में कभी भी किसी भी बड़ा प्रधान ने ऐसा नौटंकी किया है वोट देने जाने के लिए। ये नीच किस्म का आदमी यहाँ पे रोड शो कर रहा है और दिखा रहा है कि कैसे मैं पूरे देश को सी बना रहा हूँ। सी फॉर, समझ लीजिएगा, मैं कैसे इस पूरे भारत देश को सी बना रहा हूँ। मैं बात करता हूँ डिजिटल इंडिया की और खुद दिल्ली से दौड़ा दौड़ा यहाँ पे वोट देने आता हूँ। देखिए मैं आप लोगों को कैसे सी बनाता हूँ। तो ये नीच किस्म का आदमी हमें ये संदेश दे रहा है कि मैं पूरे देश को सी बना रहा हूँ।
મારી તમારી માતા બહેનોને પણ રિક્વેસ્ટ કરવી જોઈએ કે હે મારી માવડીઓ, હે મારી બહેનો, હે મારી દીકરીઓ, કથાઓમાં કે મંદિરોમાં તમારું કંઈ વળવાનું છે નહીં। એ શોષણના ઘર છે। જો તમારે તમારો અધિકાર જોતો હોય, આ દેશ ઉપર તમારે શાસન કરવું હોય, સમાન દરજ્જો જોતો હોય, તો કથાઓમાં જે નાચવાના બદલે મારી બહેનો, મારી માવડીઓ, આ વાંચો।
Quick word in from India Today is Amit Bharadwaj, who's been tracking this, pretty aggressive development from the national capital. Only a couple of months to go for the Gujarat elections, Amit, and this is a big one, detaining the state unit chief at a time when temperatures are rising in the political fight of Gujarat, which is anyway being seen to be, an Aam Aadmi party biting at the heels of the BJP. What kind of trouble is Gopal Italia in right now?
Well, Shiv, I see it as an opportunity for Aam Aadmi Party as well as Gopal Italia. You know, this could be a trouble for the movement. Yes, he has to follow the legal process right now in order to get out of the detention, or if this detention gets converted into arrest, in that case, he will have to seek bail from the court. But the bigger picture here, Shiv, is that Aam Aadmi Party has pounced on the opportunity and is now trying to shape the narrative into AAP versus BJP battle for Gujarat 2022 assembly polls. They are trying to make it clear that it is all about Aam Aadmi Party and Bharatiya Janata Party. Congress is nowhere in the picture. And that is precisely why their young and popular Patidar leader is being targeted, not only in Gujarat, but also in the national capital when he was here to be present in front of the NCW. Along with that, Aam Aadmi Party, through its several press conferences throughout the day, tried to convert this into an attack on the Patidar community. Sanjay Singh spoke to India Today exclusively, where he said that, whether it be an opportunity to charge lathis at the Patidars or shoot them down, BJP never misses an opportunity. And this action, this legal action against Gopal Italia should not be seen as a legal action against, by the NCW, by the National Commission for Women. Rather, this is an action by the Bharatiya Janata Party on the instructions of the Bharatiya Janata Party. So clearly, they are setting the tone, they are setting the pitch where it seems to be, a fight between Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP and Patidars against the BJP.
The knives are out. The elections are only a couple of months away. Expect this to become ever more aggressive. Thanks very much, Amit, for getting us that report. We'll keep a track of what happens to Gopal Italia. And now on to our big spotlight story on 5 Live. Now, viewer, political campaigns, election campaigns in this country are necessarily a vibrant, unruly, chaotic affair. There's a lot of confusion, lots of unanswered questions. In Karnataka specifically, which goes to the polls in just 7 months from now, nobody knows who the BJP's chief ministerial face is. Nobody knows who the Congress's chief ministerial face is. But today, for the first time, there appears to be some kind of signal going on. Mr. Siddaramaiah appears to be fronting the Congress's entire campaign. And Mr. BS Yediyurappa, very interestingly, appears to be the face of the BJP's campaign against a marauding Congress. Both leaders have been taking big pot shots at each other. They appear to be the protagonists in what has become an escalating crossfire between these two parties. And remember, the Congress in Karnataka, it's a state seen to be perhaps the only state in the upcoming election cycle where the grand old party has a fighting chance. Very interesting. What does it say? Take a look.
Siddaramaiah has shifted into top gear on the road to Karnataka's elections, jogging with boss Rahul and sparing no attack. The former Congress CM has now opened his most aggressive offensive, targeting the BJP government and specifically the man who took his chair, BS Yediyurappa. In a series of high-voltage tweets, Siddaramaiah has scoffed at the BJP's Janasankalpa Yatra, challenging both Chief Minister Bommai as well as Yediyurappa to get down from their cars and walk for 4 kilometers without falling down, and to do a 5-minute speech without taking the name of Siddaramaiah. More stingingly, Siddaramaiah has accused Chief Minister Bommai of using Yediyurappa as a shield, making it super personal against the BJP veteran, whose profile has seen a big boost in recent weeks. Siddaramaiah has also said that Karnataka's public will not forgive the BJP for rehabilitating Yediyurappa.
This is a campaign by the Congress party against this 40% corruption government. There is no government. There is no governance at all. All developmental works have come to stand still.
ಯಾವ ಸ್ಥಳದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಬೇಕು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತೇವೆ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನವರೇ. ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಶಾಂತವಾಗಿ ಹಗುರವಾಗಿ ಮಾತನಾಡದೇನೆ ಪ್ರಧಾನಿ ನರೇಂದ್ರ ಮೋದಿ ಅವರಿಗೂ ಟೀಕೆ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಯೋಗ್ಯತೆ ನಿಮಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಅವರ ಕಾಲ್ಬುಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂತ ಯೋಗ್ಯತೆ ನಿಮಗಿಲ್ಲ ನರೇಂದ್ರ ಮೋದಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ.
Siddaramaiah's aggressive outburst comes in the wake of his relatively amplified profile amidst an ongoing feud with party colleague and state Congress chief DK Shiv, who's embroiled in enforcement directorate cases. The fresh flashpoint between the two mass leaders of Karnataka offers a tantalizing nugget to political observers. Both the Congress and BJP are unclear about the chief ministerial faces just 7 months before the crucial election. While the Congress is harping on so-called collective leadership, the BJP is still trying to repair the flagging image of Chief Minister Bommai. Could this new collision between two enemy war horses be a sign of things to come? Or is it a case of Nataka abhi baki hai? All we can say is Namaskara politics. Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, one of the things that stands out very easily amidst this entire crossfire in Karnataka over the last few days is Yediyurappa and not Chief Minister Bommai. Yediyurappa is the one playing a protagonist role in this campaign at a time when the Congress has its yatra there. What explains Yediyurappa playing this, sudden high-profile role? Remember, he was taken out as Chief Minister last year and Bommai was installed. So why isn't Bommai on the front foot? Why is it Yediyurappa? Remember that Yediyurappa was drafted recently into the BJP Parliamentary Board. He is now the face of the BJP's Jana Sankalpa Yatra, the People's Resolve Yatra in Karnataka. Yediyurappa is seen to be headlining all the BJP rallies and public meetings. It's almost as if Basavaraj Bommai is kind of second in command in all these public outreach events. Yediyurappa is being used for the big Lingayat outreach. This despite Mr. Bommai also belonging to the influential Lingayat community. Yediyurappa is the one fronting the attacks against the Congress and Siddaramaiah, as you say. It's not like Mr. Bommai is not attacking Siddaramaiah, but those attacks are much more measured, much more muted. It's almost like Mr. Yediyurappa is the real weapon, the Brahmastra that's being used by the BJP at this time, which is why these are the questions one is left to ask, because there are many open-ended questions as well. Number one, is the BJP deliberately playing up Yeddi power ahead of this election? Number two, is Yediyurappa being placated, or is the BJP actually troubleshooting because of certain issues happening within the government? Can Yediyurappa's presence rescue Chief Minister Bommai's flagging image? We're not saying it, it's a public perception. Has Chief Minister Bommai failed to impress the Lingayat vote? Is that one of the reasons why Mr. Yediyurappa is seeing such a prominent role in the BJP's offensive against the Congress? And is there? Now, there's very, very small chance of this, at least at this point, but you can never say never in politics. Is there any outside chance of Yediyurappa's return beyond just being some kind of campaign face? Is there a larger, bigger, more substantial return for Yediyurappa that could be on the cards, or is he simply being used because the BJP has panicked over the Lingayat vote and the Bommai government's flagging image in Karnataka? So those are the questions we are asking at this point of time. The big questions we're asking at this point of time. Can my producers tell me what's... Yeah. We've got breaking news coming in now. Yeah. Apologies for that. We've got some breaking news coming in. State of war, Karnataka intensifies. The Congress has hit out at the Bommai and BS Yediyurappa visit to a Dalit home. Congress alleges that Bommai's staff asked the Dalit family to get branded tea. Some branded tea was ordered by Bommai and Yediyurappa, is what the Congress is alleging. They say that Bommai entered the Dalit family's house to insult them and that the BJP is suspicious of Dalits. Nagarjun Dwarkanath is live with me on this. Naga, the latest in the daily crossfire between the Congress and the BJP, things obviously heating up. Now a pretty direct allegation. They're saying that Team Bommai asked for branded tea at a Dalit person's residence.
Well, Karnataka never eases to surprise, Shiv. In the last 5 years, we have been reporting on state of war in Karnataka, and now it's at its peak because of elections. Both yatras are in Hyderabad, Karnataka region at this point of time, and because of the SC/ST reservation hike, Chief Minister and BS Yediyurappa have been visiting Dalit homes in Raichur, Hospet, as well as in Bellary. Yesterday, what has happened is in Bellary, when in Hospet, when Chief Minister visited Dalit's house, the Congress has tweeted a video where officials are asking, showing suspicion on the local tea powder that the Dalits have in their house. They're saying, change the tea powder, go buy a branded one. This is buy a red label or some branded tea powder is what they're saying. So Congress has said that what is the whole real face of the Sangh Parivar and the BJP? They say that they're going to Dalit's house to eat and have chai there, but the real visuals have come from the background where the officials are asking the Dalit people to get branded tea powder, and doesn't the real tea powder that they had in their house looks suspicious, and they don't want that Chief Minister to consume that. Congress is saying all this is a facade. The whole Dalit upliftment the BJP is talking about is a big facade, and this vote bank politics that the BJP has taken up. And Congress has released a video this afternoon on Twitter.
Well, expect this to continue over the next few days, weeks and months. 7 months to go for the Karnataka election. This is only an appetizer, I can tell you that much. BS Yediyurappa and Bommai at a Dalit person's home have come under attack in this manner. The very presence of BS Yediyurappa alongside Basavaraj Bommai is raising eyebrows. It's leading to a lot of speculation over what Mr. Yediyurappa's role is going to be. Nabila Jamal, who tracks Karnataka politics and is in fact going to be heading very shortly to Karnataka to report on these fresh developments, is live with me. Nabila, huge escalation between the BJP and the Congress, a fight between these two big stalwarts of Karnataka politics. What does it mean? How would you decode this in terms of the big fight ahead?
Right, Shiv, this appears to be an all-out war between the BJP's BS Yediyurappa and the Congress's Siddaramaiah, the two stalwarts of Karnataka politics, and it appears as if no one else is relevant in the scheme of things ahead of elections in the state. Here we're seeing Siddaramaiah all out attacking BS Yediyurappa for carrying out the BJP's Jana Sankalpa Yatra right at a time when the Bharat Jodo Yatra is underway in the state of Karnataka. So what the Congress believes is that BJP in Karnataka is nothing without BS Yediyurappa. Well, the fact is that the BJP is also very well aware of this, which is why BS Yediyurappa is fronting the entire campaign for the BJP in Karnataka. BS Yediyurappa has been elevated to the parliamentary board, so he's been vested with a responsibility to bring the BJP back to power in the state. So for him, if there's anyone that he has to attack, it is Siddaramaiah, because Siddaramaiah also, even though the Congress has not really explicitly said it or decided on who the CM faces, and even though DK Shiv is really trying hard to place himself there, Siddaramaiah, through his words and his acts, repeatedly has been showing himself as the best contender for CM face. So he, now BS Yediyurappa and Siddaramaiah getting into a war of words now is expected, for the only reason because these indeed are the two most relevant leaders in the state's politics. Siddaramaiah attacking BS Yediyurappa, saying that you carry out this campaign, the Janasankalpa Yatra, getting off the cars and actually walking on the streets. If you can do that, then let's speak. Basically, he also attacks Yediyurappa, saying that you can't even win an election without taking my name, without taking Siddaramaiah's name. So Siddaramaiah really making himself sounding as if he is the most significant mass leader in the state. Now, BS Yediyurappa, on the other hand, as he's fronting this entire BJP campaign, critics may ask, whatever happens to Basavaraj Bommai, the chief minister, is he irrelevant here? And is the BJP really trying to push BS Yediyurappa as the face only to gain momentum in the state? Well, whatever said and done, it's going to be an interesting election this time around, Shiv.
No, it's very, very interesting because, you know, these are two mass leaders we're talking about. We're talking BS Yediyurappa, we're talking about Siddaramaiah. They've gone on the front foot. You know, DK Shiv has been pushed somewhat to the side. The chief minister of the state, Mr. Bommai, appears to be, having a slightly lower profile. There's a very concerted effort to project the profile of BS Yediyurappa in this crossfire that's taking place during the Bharat Jodo Yatra and the road towards the elections that are just 7 months away. Let's go to the politicians from the state. Dr. Bharat Shetty is an MLA from the BJP in Karnataka. Aishwarya Mahadev is a spokesperson and leader of the Karnataka Congress. Welcome to you both. Dr. Shetty, to you first. Yes. You know, Mr. Siddaramaiah is, these kinds of aggressive comments are quite common, sir. We know that. Nothing new about that. But it looks to me, like Mr. Siddaramaiah has said, I am the first among equals. I am going to take charge of this campaign. He's pointing at your leaders and saying, get out of the car, walk 4 kilometers without, falling down. Then you prove to us what your worth is. How would you respond to that, sir? Very personal it's become.
It's a very funny statement from Siddaramaiah. Actually, he's not aiming at the BJP leaders. He's aiming at his own party leaders like DK Shiv, Parameshwarji, and people whom he has seen to that he has not allowed them to come out in the limelight. He's telling them that I am the only leader. As far as Siddaramaiah is concerned, when he is seeing Yediyurappa ji and Bommai together, that is sending shivers down his spine. Obviously, he's reacting to that. He doesn't know what he's telling, and most of the time, he doesn't have control over what he says. So it's an obvious reaction. We are expecting such things from him. Yediyurappa ji in the 70s, 80s only, he has roamed all of the state barefoot. I don't think we need to take lessons from Siddaramaiah ji. That's very funny, like whatever he's telling. We don't give much, I don't think we should give much importance to that. He has been doing that day in, day out for attention seeking or like playing down DK Shiv, he has been doing this.
Aishwarya, respond to that.
Good evening, Shiv. I think first and foremost, there are two rebuttals. You know why this entire idea of propping Mr. Yediyurappa came up is because less than a few weeks ago, his son went on a public platform and said, let me remind you that Mr. Yediyurappa is still there. And if you decide to sideline us, we will show you what will happen. And let me recall what happened in the 2013 where the KJP was formed and the BJP lost 21 to 25 seats as a result. This is not propping up somebody's leadership. This is basically balancing a man who basically is wildfire, and they obviously cannot sideline him, one. And the second thing is, from the minute the Yatra entered Karnataka, you saw everybody dismissing it. You said, oh, let him come, it doesn't matter. But the fear of the Yatra and the response is what has given you this Janasankalpa Yatra, that they start from where? Raichur. Why? Because that's the place that our Yatra ends at. The fact of the matter remains is that Mr. Yediyurappa still is the man that you have to placate, keep obviously in an ice box, lest he set your party on fire. And this is a reaction of fear, one.
Okay.
Second, an insult to a sitting chief minister, Mr. Bommai, when you allow his predecessor, who has already crossed the age to join the Margadarshak Mandal, come here and take the forefront of the BJP campaign. The BJP has nothing beyond playing on the idea of Mr. Yediyurappa. They are morally bankrupt. They are completely...
Let's get Dr. Shetty to answer that. No, that's a fair point. Dr. Shetty, it is being seen in all, in all the images, all the events, the Janasankalpa Yatra, etc. Dr. Shetty, it seems like Mr. Yediyurappa has, primacy of place. He had been replaced by Chief Minister Bommai, but it appears that Mr. Yediyurappa has been given a very, very high profile in this campaign, and that is a commentary on the flagging perceptions of the Bommai government. That's what the Congress is saying.
See, that's what they are saying. See, Yediyurappa ji is a very tall leader, one of the tallest leaders of our country. And because of his age issue, he has stepped down graciously, but he is still leading the party in the state. So obviously, he is our leader, and there is nothing saying that we are, the Congress spokesperson was just telling that we are ashamed or some in those lines, morally bankrupt and all those things. We can have a detailed discussion about who is morally bankrupt, what Siddaramaiah have been doing and all those things.
That we'll do separately,
in Karnataka, DK Shiv has been sidelined badly this time. Siddaramaiah has been competing very, very aggressively for the post of CM. There's a big confusion in the party itself. They're making a fool out of each other anyways. And as far as Janasankalpa Yatra is concerned, Madam, she was telling that spokesperson was saying that wherever their Yatra is stopping, we have started from there. Our Janasankalpa Yatra was planned few months ago. It didn't come out after the Congress started the Padayatra. They should know that. And it is of no concern to us. Who is leading the Yatra? Rahul Gandhi.
No, but that's an interesting point. Interesting point. Because both parties, both parties have not named any chief ministerial faces beyond the rules of whether you name or not. Aishwarya, it does seem, perceptionally, it seems like Mr. Siddaramaiah is the first among equals, if at all, because he's on the front foot here. Mr. Shivakumar, the BJP says, is being sidelined. I don't know whether he's being sidelined or not, but that very public feud which your party dismisses as collective leadership, etc., it looks like Mr. Siddaramaiah is winning this fight.
Shiv, just before I answer that, Mr. Shetty speaks about how Mr. Yediyurappa is their biggest leader and he's obviously has a place of primacy. Then why was it that you replaced him as a chief minister, right? But anyway, moving on. When you talk about Mr. Siddaramaiah having that importance for whatever it is, for somebody who's been a former chief minister, the stature, the seniority is something that is respected. But I do not believe at any point that it takes away from the sort of effort and the hard work of my leader, Mr. DK Shiv, because I have been in the Yatra, I am still in the Yatra, and I see every single day the collective effort that goes into walking and allowing everybody the opportunity to walk, the conversations that are happening. The BJP would love to make this whole divided house and whatnot, but seeing them both walk on the sides of Mr. Rahul Gandhi and the conversations that they're having, the manner in which they're functioning, I can tell you all is well with my house. The BJP is are the people that need to be really scared and worried, because for a Yatra, they said it was nothing to them. You see their reaction is this Janasankalpa. And I'll tell you, every time the BJP has made any Sankalpa, it has gone against it. Whether it is their own manifesto where they spoke about the Sankalpas for the people of Karnataka, or whether it was their Janotsava, or this Janasankalpa now is reaching nobody. This is an exercise to appease the tallest man in their party, who they admit, but they also removed as chief minister, and they do not want him to go rogue during election.
Last question then, Dr. Shetty. Is the BJP under pressure? That's why this is happening. The Congress says they are setting the agenda. Everything that they do, the BJP is following that. They do the Pay CM campaign. You start, something against them. the Congress says we are leading the leaders.
See, this is an election year. It makes political sense for all political parties to do this. This is an election year. Everyone is doing their part of the political campaign. Congress started with some corruption scheme. They started pay CM in those lines. And that time only they realized their leader was doing as I mentioned earlier, Mr. Rahul Gandhi is out on bail for corruption charges only. Sonia Gandhi's mother is also out on bail for corruption charges only. These people are leading.
That's a separate issue.
These people are leading. Let me finish it. Don't cut into this. These people are leading the yatra, and they were saying pay CM. The Congress has invented the word corruption in India, and it doesn't make sense. And it is the election year. Even they are going to go with their narrative. We are going to go with our narrative.
We'll have a separate debate as far as corruption is concerned. But I thought we will, and we have many. Aishwarya has been on many. I hope both of you will join me on a more substantive discussion on corruption going forward. I promise you we will do that. I am also from Karnataka, so I am also invested in what happens in this election. I will be there in the next few weeks as well. So I'll talk to both of you directly. But thank you both of you for joining me on this. You know, it's always good to see the big politicians on the front foot in what is easily, going to be one of the big fights in the road to 2024. We'll keep a very close eye. Remember, India Today is Karnataka's #1 channel for a reason. Coming up on the other side here on 5 Live, well, a story that's very close to my heart. One of India's most endangered animals, that beautiful creature you see on your screen, has a new lease of life thanks to the government in Tamil Nadu. I'm going to tell you that story and also introduce you to the person who's made it possible.
Everyone's busy finding what's trending. You're busy finding out why. India Today, for those who research before reacting. Download the India Today app now.
Astam Aroor dribbled past many hurdles to make a mark on the football ground. When she became the captain of the Indian Women's Under-17 Football World Cup team, she made not just her family, but her state, Jharkhand, proud. A grateful Gumla district administration is rewarding Astam by building a Pakka road to her village, Sundarvati. Among the labourers working on the road are her parents, Hira Aroor and Tara Devi. They earn 250 rupees a day, an amount the poverty-stricken family really needs.
इनकर स्थिति खराब है, गरीब स्थिति है से, लेकिन कमात रही हैं कि कहाँ से पैसा मिले जो हम चुवान के पूरा करब कहीं हम खूब कमात रही पैसा.
Every year around this time, Hira Aroor goes to Bengaluru for work. This time he cancelled the train ticket to the IT city as he has found work closer to home. Astam's family says they can't afford to provide nutritious food for the footballer.
गरीबी परिस्थिति है, इस कारण से हम लोग को पैसा का आवश्यकता पड़ता है. इस कारण हम लोग को तो काम करना ही पड़ेगा. अगर नहीं करेंगे तो बच्चों को हम लोग पूर्ति नहीं कर पाते हैं.
The district officials say in the coming days, even a sports centre could be built in Astam's honour. They praised Astam's parents for their hard work.
उनका जो कंडीशन है, आर्थिक स्थिति, उस हिसाब से वो लोग काम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन थोड़ा सा उसमें हम लोग प्रयास करेंगे कि उन लोग का आर्थिक स्थिति मजबूत हो.
The district administration has also arranged for a television set and an inverter for Astam's home so that her family can watch her matches. Bureau Report, India Today.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices.
This is a story of great hope for one of India's most vulnerable animal species. It's the one you see on your screen here. This beautiful creature is called the Slender Loris. It's one of India's most endangered animals. It's protected under Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. And in a first for our country, the Tamil Nadu government on Wednesday notified India's first sanctuary to protect the Slender Loris. It's a sanctuary covering over 11,000 hectares across 2 districts. And after years of encroachment, have seriously depleted the populations of this beautiful creature that's found only in India and Sri Lanka. Finally, the Slender Loris has a new lease for life. They dwell in the trees, live a nocturnal life, and are among India's many endangered wildlife species. Say hello to the Slender Loris. This beautiful mammal found in green stretches of peninsular India and Sri Lanka. Its existence threatened by human encroachments for years. There's fresh hope now. After years of process, including in courts, the Tamil Nadu government has notified the first Indian sanctuary for this endangered creature in the Aroor and Dindigul districts. A total of 11,806 hectares will be dedicated to ensuring India's Slender Lorises have a chance at survival. Slender Lorises are protected under Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. These creatures spend much of their life up in trees and feed on insects, including pests that pose a threat to agriculture. A key part of the lush terrestrial ecosystem of Tamil Nadu's forested stretches, deforestation and expansion of urban areas has continued to threaten their habitat over the years. This move by the Stalin government will protect the mammal's habitat and also help in reducing its poaching. The demarcation of this sanctuary effectively provides several protections to the Slender Loris, with Forest Service teams on call to monitor populations, help animals in distress, and regulate any and all human activity within the demarcated limits. For a country with the kind of incredible wildlife diversity that India has, this move will go a long way. Today the Slender Loris, tomorrow maybe the other creatures that remain threatened and vulnerable. With Pramod Madhav in Chennai, Bureau Report, India Today. And this is only the latest in a slew of decisions by the Tamil Nadu government over the last 1 or 2 years, specifically aimed at helping endangered animal species that are found in and around Tamil Nadu. Take a look at some of the earlier decisions. This is the first one that we're talking about right now, the first Slender Loris sanctuary in Aroor, Dindigul, 11,000 hectares for that creature. Just before this, earlier this year, the Tamil Nadu government also notified the first Dugong Conservation Reserve in Park Bay. Dugong is like a seal-like mammal also found in the Indian Ocean. The 16th bird sanctuary was notified last year in Villupuram. The 17th bird sanctuary was also notified by the government in Tirupur. And also last year, the 5th elephant reserve was notified in Tirunelveli. These are only 5 examples of some of the actions that have been taken by the Tamil Nadu government over the last 1 year for vulnerable and threatened animal species, some of the most beloved in the country. I want to go across live now to Ms. Supriya Sahu. She's an IAS officer who serves as Additional Chief Secretary for Environment in the Tamil Nadu government. She is someone who is credited with leading many high-profile and high-impact environmental campaigns that have resulted in less plastic use and a new hope for many, many animal species in the fragile ecological areas of the beautiful state of Tamil Nadu. Ms. Sahu, welcome. Good to have you here on 5 Live and here on India Today. First of all, a hearty congratulations on the notification of India's first reserve for the Slender Loris. I know how much work goes into getting something like this done. So first of all, a big salute to you and your team and the Tamil Nadu government for getting this done. But I want you to explain to our viewers, ma'am, how vulnerable is the Slender Loris and what exactly does the notification of a sanctuary of this kind do for this animal?
Thank you, Shiv. Thank you for having me on your show. Thanks a lot. Coming to your question about how vulnerable is Slender Loris, it is critically endangered. Yeah. And at this point of time, if you ask me about the numbers, then a recent study has been done by the Salim Ali Center for Ornithology and Natural History, as well as by the government of Tamil Nadu. This was as recent as February. And they have found that after the survey in these two districts, where we have now declared it as a sanctuary, about 1,172 Slender Lorises have been found. So while the number actually, it may sound like 1,000, but if you look at the per square kilometer density, it is very low. So this is really, really critically endangered animal.
Are we going to be doing this for many more animals? We've just told our viewers, ma'am, about the reserve for the dugongs. That there are 2 more bird sanctuaries that have been notified. There's a new reserve for elephants also in Tamil Nadu. There are many other animal species in the country that are vulnerable. Do you think this sets a good example for more actions for those beautiful creatures, ma'am?
Yes, Shiv. I think what I would like to tell you is that we are on a mission. Because I think the kind of wealth we have of this wildlife and the biodiversity, it is truly incredible. So apart from the examples that you gave about Tamil Nadu setting up India's first ever dugong conservation reserve, bird sanctuaries, elephant sanctuary, and now Slender Loris, it is extremely important to take care of these every single endangered animal. They need to be prioritized. Conservation need to be prioritized immediately. For example, in our state, our state animal is actually a mountain goat. It is called Nilgiri tar. So the next step is to set up a project for conservation of Nilgiri tar. That is also critically endangered. So I think throughout the country, throughout the world, there needs to be a very strong momentum for protection of these endangered animals.
I congratulate you once again, Ms. Supriya Sahu. It's great to see action of this kind being taken, and I hope you will convey our salutations and congratulations to everyone in the team. I hope to be there in Tamil Nadu very soon. It's a state that I was brought up in, and to go and actually get to see these beautiful creatures and many more, what this amazing country has in terms of wildlife diversity, incomparable with the rest of the world. Supriya Sahu, thank you very much for being with me here on 5 Live here on India Today. And we're leaving you now, viewer, with these images that have broken hearts across the country. Army dog, anti-terror canine, Zoom, who was being treated in Srinagar after suffering gunshot wounds during a terrorist encounter in Anantnag a few days ago, after being critically injured, tragically passed away today. Despite his injuries, Zoom continued with his task. He pounced upon the terrorists, which resulted in the killing of at least 2 terrorists. He was injured and being treated. His carers tried their best to save him, but Zoom tragically passed away. We bid brave Zoom a fond farewell, and we thank him for his service.
Saurav Ganguly's innings at BCCI is about to end, as 1983 World Cup hero Roger Binney is set to take the reins from Dada. A massive political khela has erupted between TMC and BJP. BJP stalwarts including Home Minister Amit Shah had met Ganguly and lavished praises on him during the 2021 Bengal polls, leading to speculations of Dada joining the saffron party.
जब सौरव गांगुली क्रीज को पार कर जाते थे तब लोग ये मान लेते थे कि हमारा सौरव गांगुली जो है छक्का मारेगा, सिक्सर मारेगा, तो सौरव गांगुली सिक्सर मार देते थे.
While the claims came to a naught, now the TMC claims Ganguly is being ousted from the BCCI for declining the offer to join BJP and take on Mamata Banerjee.
Because he hasn't joined BJP, and as he belongs to the state of Mamata Banerjee, he belongs to the state of West Bengal ruled by Trinamool Congress, and as because he hasn't given his consent to join BJP, probably he has become a prey to this political vendetta.
अगर बीजेपी का इंटेंशन ऐसा है, इट्स एब्सोल्युटली मैलाफाइडी. अगर हमारा साथ दो, नहीं तो तुमको निकाल दिया जाएगा.
The BJP mocked TMC claims, saying Amit Shah had never asked Ganguly to join the BJP.
ममता बनर्जी का परिवार के लोग सब जगह चौधरी बन के बैठे हैं, चेयरमैन है, डायरेक्टर है. जो कभी लूडो और ताश छोड़ के कुछ नहीं खेला है, वो आज ओलंपिक एसोसिएशन का चेयरमैन है. समझ सकते हैं. जो लोग कभी सौरभ के लिए एक आवाज़ नहीं उठाया, वो लोग आज सौरभ के लिए पानी आंसू बहा रहे हैं. क्यों? तो टेन्यू पूरा हो गया, दूसरा कोई जिम्मेदारी लगे. ये तो होता है सब जगह. उसमें इतनी सारी राजनीति की क्या जरूरत है?
बांग्लार दादा सौरभ गांगुली যথেষ্ট আমরা তাকে নিয়ে বাঙালি হিসাবে গর্বিত. আজকে তিনি একটা জায়গায় বিসিসিআই ছিলেন, কালকে হয়তো আরও